All right, what's going on, everybody? We are back. It is now 4 o'clock. That means we are on to our 6th hour update of the 2018 Best in the Desert Vegas to Reno race. You guys all having a fun time following along? This update is brought to you guys by PCI Race Radios. PCI Race Radios is the leader in communication for the off-road industry. If you're not buying your radios and GPSs from PCI, then you're buying them from the wrong place. So go over to PCIRaceRadios.com and check them out and make sure you buy all your communications equipment from them. All right, over to the race. Let's go check out the map. Now, some of you guys are asking, and just so everybody knows, these maps are brought to you by Racing Tracks. They're the ones that do the trackers for this race, and they do this map page, and they do everything. So in between our updates, if you want to see this map, go over to racingtrax.com, and that's where these maps are at. You can get their maps on there, and they do the leaderboard. They do all kinds of stuff. So like I said, in between our updates, go check out the map for yourself. Anyways, we have Bryce Menzies still in the lead. He is at mile 380 right now, and he's still in first on the road and in first place. Behind him, in second place, we have Justin Matney and Josh Daniel. Josh Daniel is out of the truck now, and is Justin Matney in there driving. We saw the last update we did, or we posted a video of the driver change, and they had the truck fall off the jack, so they lost a little bit of time in the pit, but they got it back up and got it going again. So those guys are currently running second, it looks like. The update earlier, somebody had, it says CJ broke a rear arm, not the trans. So earlier, CJ Hutchins was running up front. He broke a rear arm, not a transmission like we had thought earlier. Either way, he's out of contention for the win. So that's a bummer for him. He had a really good race going. I was a little worried once again that we might have a buggy contending up front, but now we don't have to worry about that anymore. Bummer for him, but it's all about the trophy trucks in these long races, I think. It's going to be hard to beat this amount of trophy trucks at this level, but you never know. I guess anything can happen. Rob Mack is making some time back up. He might actually be second or third on the road right now. Let's see, at pit 10, which was the last pit that we had somebody at, it was Rob Mack. So physically at pit 10, which pit 10 was right over here. So let's see, that's mile 330, and right now they're at 385. So 50 miles ago, this was your running order physically of the top ones. It was Bryce, and then Rob McCachran was 7.5 minutes behind him. Then Andy was 2 minutes behind Rob. Then Matney was a minute behind Andy, and Voss was 45 seconds behind him. So that was the running order at pit 10. They're just coming into pit 11 right now, so we'll probably be able to get some split times for you guys at pit 11. So we'll see what that looks like. But let's go look at the leaderboard. So the leaderboard, once again, this is on Racing Tracks too. So if you want to see this leaderboard, just go over to racingtracks.com and check out the live leaderboard. The leaderboard's pretty much been the same for a while. So we have Bryce is in first place. Then we have Justin Matney and Clyde Stacy. I don't know why it says Clyde Stacy. It's actually Justin Matney and Josh Daniel. They're in second place on time. They are about 4 minutes behind. Then behind them in third place on time is Jason Voss. And these are at race mile 350, remember. So that's the top three there. Then behind them we have Johnny Angle. And driving the Johnny Angle truck is actually Jesse Jones, or he started in it. I think probably Johnny's in by now because they're past the halfway point. So I bet you that's Johnny in there now. So they are fourth on corrected time. Then it was Andy McMillan, Rob McCachran, Kevin Thompson truck, which is Harley Lettner. He's driving that. And then Troy Herbst with Christian Serapis. So Christian started the race, and I believe he's out, and Troy is probably in by now. So that is actually Troy driving the 51 now. And yeah, so it's Bryce out front. He's got a 4-minute lead on Justin Matney at mile 350. That was just a little bit ago, so that's probably pretty close to the thing. The next update we'll get is at 400. He's at 385 right now, so in 15 more miles for him will be our next time split on the trophy trucks. So let's go look at some of the other classes for you guys. See, somebody's asking about 7200, yeah, 7209. That's the Honda truck with Jeff Proctor and Pat Daly. Jeff is still in the truck right now. Pat Daly's getting in at pit 10, so still got a ways to go until Pat gets in there. They are leading class 7200. In second place is the 7277, Mike McCarthy, and then back behind them we have Mike Fry and Al Hogan in the 7200 class. 7213, yeah, that's right there. We just said, so they're in third place right now. Christian, who's asking us about them. So that's 7200 class. Let's go look at, let's see, what are the other classes we had. The 6100 class is up right here. So Terry Householder with Adam Householder driving, still in the lead. They've been in the lead all day. First car on the road, they started first. They're still in the lead. The 6118 is actually second on the road once this updates. And then the 6164 Bobby Picoy, the Desert Assassin Monster Energy 6100 truck, is running third on the road right now, I believe. Unless they just passed them in the pit here, and they might be second on the road. So that's your top three for 6100. And then let's see, what other class what other classes do you guys want to see? Somebody was asking about the 5 Unlimiteds. All right, well, let's go look at the class 5 for you. There's only 4 of them. So let's see if we can find one. Looks like the lead one is right here. So Dave Bonner, it looks like 5012 is leading class 5. So that's your first class 5. And the second one is going to be Travis Chase. Looks like second place. And then the other ones are a little ways behind. A little ways down. Now remember on the tracking here, the only cars we're seeing here is people that have their working trackers. It is possible that people's cars are not working. Like earlier, Justin Lofton's wasn't working, so we couldn't see it. So usually this is pretty good and everyone's works, but don't take these positions for sure. There could very easily be a car right in front of this 5072 that's just not tracking right now that is actually leading the race. So remember that whenever you guys are looking at this. Let's see, Class 10, a bunch of you guys want to see, so let's go look at Class 10. Pull them up for you. Pull the Class 10s up. So first Class 10 car looks to be right here. Let me move some of these 6100s out of the way so we can see a little bit better. All right, so Brock has been leading in Class 10 all day. He's got a big gap, and it's getting bigger all the time. So the 1001 is the first 10 car. They are definitely out front and leading Class 10. The 1080 is second, it looks like, followed by the 1020 and the 1003. Let's go look at the times real quick on the leaderboard. So mile 250, you can see it's Brock out front. He has a 5-minute lead over the 1020, and he has a 10-minute lead over the 1080 in third. So Brock's got a nice little lead going there. Long ways to go, though. Anything can happen in this race, but that's your Class 10. What other classes do you guys want to see? 1700, I believe that's Jeep speed, if I'm not mistaken. Let's pull up 1700 here. All right, where's the first 1700 car? Looks like down here. So it looks like the 1724 is going to be the first car, followed by the 1717, and then the 1706. And you wanted to know where 1797 was. I don't see the 1797 yet, so they might be a little ways back. 1797 is back here. Hasn't updated since 1236. So the 1797, Brian, you're asking for them. I don't know where they are. Their tracker is not updated since 1230. So they could be very well be leading the race right now. We just don't know. So that's Class 17. Let's see, what else? Someone was asking about the stock fulls, I think. Let's see. We just got word Andy had had a tire going down, so Andy had to change another tire. So that's a bummer for him, man. Andy's having some bad luck today, that's for sure, and he's still running up front. It's crazy to me that Andy can have that much bad luck today and still be up front. So good for him. I mean, it's never over. Hopefully he can pull off a miracle here with all that bad luck and make something happen. So the 8,200 cars or the 8,000 cars, they're not even popping up on the map here, so I'm not sure what to tell you on that class. Let's see, show all. Yeah, it's not coming up for some. Oh, there it is. There's one up there. So it looks like the lead one is probably right here, the 8055. They're at mile 230 right now. So that looks like for the person looking for that one right there. Lofton, let's see. Brian Harold says, anywhere on Lofton tracking showing stopped. Well, let's go back and look real quick because that would be a bit of a change. So the 41 is showing him over here. Hasn't updated since 332. So that is not correct. His not correct position right now. He was running well earlier. So let me see. Lofton was. I don't know where he is actually because yeah, I don't know what to tell you, Brian, but Lofton's tracker looks like it stopped updating again. So we'll keep an eye on him. Hopefully, we're going to get some time splits for you right here at this pit. So if we do, we'll see if we know then what happened. Let's see. Someone else is asking me. Let's see. What other thing was it? Yeah. All right. So let's look at the corrected time updates for Trophy Truck one more time, or Trick Truck. Sorry, it's Best in Desert Race. So Bryce is out front. Like we said, he has 4 minutes on the number 4 truck. So that's your top 2 right now. And Bryce is first on the road. So dust is not going to be an issue for Bryce today. So this is pretty much Bryce's race to lose at this point. We'll see if that new truck can hold together, and we'll go from there. But it's looking pretty good for Bryce right now. I mean, to come out of the box with a brand new truck like that and put together a solid run would be very, very impressive. I have a feeling that the Huseman and Bryce Menzies shop phone is going to be ringing a bit on Monday if this thing holds together. I mean, that's a pretty impressive run. So he's currently doing 71 miles an hour. All right, so I think Joey had to go home. Joey was here a little earlier. He gave an update on the UTVs for you guys. We'll check in on them again next hour. I have to go do some other updates right now, so we will be back at 5 o'clock. Somebody says Johnny England's truck. Jesse Jones started in that truck. I believe Johnny's probably in by now, unless he left Jesse in the whole time. But the plan was for him to get in, I believe. So I would assume it's Johnny in that truck at this point in the race. All right, we'll see you guys at 5 o'clock. Thanks to PCI Race Radios for this hour update. Go over to PCIRaceradios.com, and we'll see you guys in about 45 minutes.